Hey there, fifth graders. Hope you are having a great day. Today we are going to look at your pre-test. I'm going to work through it in case you have any questions whatsoever. So I'm going to share my screen, pull that up there. Hopefully you can see this. This is pre-test, excuse me, pre-test 6A. So if you'll grab your work, your answer sheets and stuff and see how yours compares to mine. We'll get this thing knocked out here and get you ready for your test. So here we go. It should not take us too terribly long. Starting with number 1 there, it says 6th century is how many years? So, you know, you should have written down, or you should know, these are pretty common things here. One century equals 100 years. A decade, boys and girls, is 10 years. In case they ask that, you know, a millennium is 1,000 years. So a decade is 10 years, century is 100 years. So you've got 6 centuries. So it is 100 times 6. 6 centuries is 600 years. 600 years. Hopefully you got that. If you have any questions on that, ask me. Number 2, Coletta bought 4 fruit bars for $1.05 each and 2 drinks for 90 cents. How much did she spend in all? Well, you've got 2 parts of this problem. You have to find out how much for the fruit bars first. So she bought 4 of them at $1.05. So $1.05 times 4. If you do your multiplication right, that's 20. Carry the 2. You end up with $4.20 for the fruit bars, and then you had 2 drinks at 90 cents each. So we got 90 cents times 2. That is $1.80 for the drinks. And then if you are finding how much for both of them, we put those 2 numbers together, $4.20 plus $1.80, and you end up with $6 total. Make sure you give your answer in money form because that's how it was given to us, $6. Number 3 says, what is the product of 17 and 6? Product means to multiply. Sum means to add. Difference is subtraction, because you never know, they might ask you something else. And the quotient is division. But here they're asking us for the product. That's times 17 times 6. Hopefully you're good at your multiplication here. 7 times 6 is 42. Carry the 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 100. So 102 should have been your answer for problem number 3. Forging ahead here. Xavier, Camille, Tori, and Rosalina equally shared 32 ounces of fruit juice. How many ounces did each person drink? You know, so you've got 4 people sharing 32 ounces. You're separating 32 into 4 equal groups, so that is a division problem. And 4 goes into 32 8 equal times, so each person gets 8 ounces. 8 ounces. Number 5, what is the largest 3-digit even number? Even number that uses the digits 3, 4, and 5. So it has to be even. So your only choice, your ending digit has to be this 4. And the biggest one means that 5 has to be the first digit because 500. Your only 2 choices are 534 or 354. And since this one is bigger and it asks for the largest one, we're going to go with that one. And hope that's it. And number 6, Think of an even number multiplied by 3 is the product, odd or even. Notice it didn't tell me what even number, so you get to pick any old even number you want. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to say 6. My number is 6. I'm going to multiply it by 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Is my product odd or even? And 18 is even, so even is my answer. I believe no matter what even number you pick, let's pick 8. If you take 8 times 3, you're going to get an even number. An even number times an odd number will always give you an even number. Well, we are doing fantastic here. Number 7, if, I don't know, Giancarlo is the 6th in line, how many people are in front of him? We talked about this in class too. Please don't, assume that you know the answer right off the bat. I would always draw this out. So this Giancarlo is the 6th in line. So first person, second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person, sixth person. This is Mr. G right here. How many people are in front of him? Here, there are 5 people in front of him. There are 5 people in front of him. Number 8, what temp is shown on this thermometer? It's a little hard to see on your paper, I realize that, but I think if you squint or look hard enough at it, you can. Remember when we talk about scales, thermometers, and all this stuff, the first thing we have to do is figure out what each one of these little marks means. So you want to look at this first of all. Okay, if you go from here to here, that's 10 degrees. And how many spaces do I have between 10 degrees? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each tick mark is worth 2. That's the first thing you want to figure out. So here we are. Now here's where you have to be careful. I am below 0 here. I am below 0 here is 10 below. Okay, so what you have to understand is between 0 and 10, there's going to be -2 degrees, -4 degrees, -6 degrees, and -8 degrees. And this thermometer goes right up here to -4 degrees. -4 degrees. Just take your time on those, look at them carefully. List all factors of 24. Factors of 24, I very much encouraged you to write those down in pairs so you don't forget one. And we always start with the number 1. 1 is the lowest factor of any number. I'm going to put my 24 over here. 24 is even, so it can be divided by 2. And what times 2 is 24? 12. You have 3 times 8 gives you 24. And you have 4 times 6 is 24. These are all, and there's a lot of them, factors of 24. Problem number 10. Just a simple little subtraction problem here. We'll just do it the way it is. Well, I'll write it over here. 2694 minus 1086. Please make sure when you write it on your paper you get the numbers right, because you'll never get it right if you write the wrong numbers. Borrow from the 9, it becomes 8. This is a 14. 6 from 14 is 8. 8 from 8 is 0. 0 from 6 is 6. And 1 from 2 is 1. The answer I get is 1,608. 1,608. And another subtraction problem here. I always like to write it a little big. Remember, this is in dollars, so your answer should also be in dollars. We have $40. We're subtracting $8.21. My decimal is going to go here. I have to borrow from the 4. It becomes a 3. This becomes a 10. I have to borrow from it. It becomes a 9, making this a 10. Borrow from it. It becomes a 9. And then my last 0 here is a 10. So 1 from 10 is 9. 2 from 9 is 7. 8 from 9 is 1. And 3 from 9. 3 from nothing is 0 from 3 is nothing. 0 from 3 is 3. And my answer then is $31.79. All right, off to page number 2. We are making our way through this whole thing. Getting close to the nitty-gritty here. Problem number 12. Let's change to some fantastic color. How about a nice shade of, let's go green. It shows up kind of nice. I have 26, 61, 8, 7, and 3. I will rewrite it for you. 26, 61, 8, 67, and 13. Always looking for groups of 10. So this is 10. After that, there really is nothing. So I'll just go 10 plus 6 is 16, plus 1 is 17, plus 8 is 25. Put my 5 down there, carry my 2. 2, 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10. That works out well. Plus 6 is 16, plus 1 is 175. Looks like problems are starting to get a little harder here. 482 divided by 5. Let's do this. 482 all divided by 5. 5 doesn't go into 4, so you shouldn't have anything above that. 5 does go into 48. 9 times, which is 45. Do my subtracting. I get 3. Bring down a 2. 5 goes into 32 6 times, which is a 30. And nothing left to bring down. Brought down my last number, so remainder 2 is my answer. 96 remainder 2. Problem number 14. 300 divided by 6. Looks like we got a few division problems here in a row. 300 divided by 6. 6 doesn't go into 3, so nothing above the 3. 6 goes into 35 times. Now don't forget, you're not done yet because you still have a 0 to bring down, and anytime you bring a number down, you have to put something above there. So 6 goes into 350 times. And we are now on problem number 15, which is 9 divided into $4.59. Now again, remember, this is in dollars, so your answer is going to be in dollars. And a helpful little hint, 5th graders, is if the book gives you something in dollars, it knows we can't have a remainder of dollars. So your problem is going to work out evenly. So here we go. One thing you'll learn about decimals is we always bring it straight up from where it is in the problem here. So the decimal is going to go here. 9 does not go into 4, and 9 does not, well, it does go into 45. 5 times. I do my subtracting. I get 0 and bring down a 9. So 9 goes into $4.59 51 times. We are cruising right along, and let's do a different color. Let's go with hot pink. 20 times 87, boys and girls. The smart thing for you to do on this, because we really haven't done double-digit multiplication, but we have done multiplication with things that end with zeros. I'm going to use the commutative property of multiplication and flip the order of these things. I'm going to put my 87 on top. I'm going to multiply by 20 and hang out that 0. When I do that, I just have to bring it down, and then I multiply through by what's left. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 1,740. Oh, we are getting close now. Just a couple more. Problem number 17, as we've talked about many times before, we have to do parentheses first. That's why they put them in parentheses. So 3 plus 9 is 12. And I'm going to take 7 times 12. And again, because of the commutative property, I'm going to put the 12 on top because I can multiply in any order. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1, 7, 1, and 84. I hope I'm getting all these right. There's a good chance, 5th graders, I will make some mistake here, and then you can all laugh at me. It will, because I will make some mistake somewhere. $4.92 times 4. Again, this is in dollars, so my answer needs to be in dollars. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 9 is 36. Carry the 3. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. I cannot leave my answer as 1,968 because we are talking money. it should be $19.68. $19.68. Problem number 19. I'm not 150% sure how we've talked about doing this. One way, I'll give you both ways. One way is you can draw rectangles and shade in. Here is half of a rectangle shaded in. This is not the best method because it all depends on how good you are at drawing all these sort of things. And I'm not real good with this pen, so 3/8 means it goes up to here. And 3/8 appears to be bigger, or 3/8 appears to be smaller. I'm sorry, 1/2 appears to be bigger. But really, you can, the best way is just to compare to 1/2. This is exactly 1/2. This one, in order for something to have an 8 on the bottom to be half, it would have to have a 4 on top, and this only has a 3. So because this number is less than half of the bottom number, you know that this fraction is less than a half. So you know 1/2 is the bigger of the two fractions. And hey, let's finish it all off with something about time. If this time is in the evening, which means it has to be p.m., what time is shown by the clock? So we look at the little hand. We're a little past 9. So we're 9 something p.m. What are we? We're 9. Each one of these is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We are at 9:20 p.m. Hopefully, 5th grade, that helped you out with your pre-test. Hopefully, you're ready for the test when we have that coming up. And we will talk to you and see you later. Have a great day, 5th grade.